Hey there, my friends, it's Dave Wood, and I wanted to welcome you to an episode of the Daily Shortcut. We got wind blowing tonight. You're looking at the beautiful city of Escazú with my pool here, my house right in front of me, and today I'm going to talk about the future of online sales, which is really the future of making money online for the little guy. And the reality is that I always like to speak to people from where they're at. The majority of people who watch our show, they're in the middle class. They're not in the high end of the upper class. We have a lot of people who watch our show there, but the majority of our audience, they're in the middle class. They're middle class working families all over the world. And middle class working families, it's really important that you pay attention to the right things, because if you want to up your level and you want to make more money, well, there's a lot of things that are in the process of change that's happening so fast that if you don't do the right things and learn the right skills, your skills are just going to get outdated. And so I'm going to give you a vision for the future. I'm not going to cover a lot of these things in the detail that I have in past episodes, but I'm going to briefly talk about some of them. And so here's the reality, is that technology is going to make most process-based work irrelevant, okay? And it's already made a lot of process-based work irrelevant. For example, just this last year, Google sent an AI system to reduce their server costs, and this was in 2016, and an AI system figured out how to rebuild their server systems to reduce their hard costs for electricity, because it takes a lot of electricity to maintain servers, by like 40%. Well, that's something that would have been somebody's very high-paid job that now is going to be done better by AI systems than it was done by a person. And so if you're focused on things that are process work is not a good thing to focus on. If you're focused on things like mechanical SEO work, it's not a good thing to focus on for the long term, although it can make some money and you can build a business like that. Also, all that stuff is going to be replaced with technology. I promise you it'll be replaced. Process work is not the core of what's going to build a powerful business in the future. Here's the reality, is that with technology, if you take a look at the last 20 years in technology and how fast it's grown, the next 20 years are going to be so much faster than that you can't even comprehend where that's going. And that's going to replace a need for about anything that you could imagine that's built in some sort of mechanical task. It's just going to be changed so dramatically. You're either going to have to change your job all the time, or what's going to happen is you're just not going to be able to make money because machines will be doing what you're doing, right? So what can you do, and what is an important thing to do, and no matter what your skill set is and no matter what your business is, what's going to be the most valuable thing to learn? Well, let me tell you, and let me explain it like this. What do people really crave in society today? With all this technology, with the social media networks, right? We have all these relationships that are not relationships, right? It's people like somebody's Facebook post, they have a little chit chat on Facebook, and they think they've got a friend. It's like, that person's not a friend. Do you even know who these friends are? Have you met them? Have you given them a hug? Have you shaken your hands? Is a friend that you've met online, that you've never seen, that you've never touched, are they really the same as somebody that you've given a hug to, you've shaken hands with, you've shared a deep conversation, you've had dinner with? They're not the same. People today, with all the speed up in technology and all the increase in fake connection, you know what they're really craving is they're craving depth. Right? They're craving touch, they're craving friendship, they're craving deep relationships, right? They don't want to just get on a business and send emails out and not connect with anybody and not talk to anybody. In fact, I was talking to somebody I've known for years. His name's Ed. And I've known Ed for 7 years, and you know what he said to me? He said, my job has changed so much. He's like, I'm like a hermit, I don't socialize anymore. He says, all I really want to do is I want relationships really bad. But the way he was building his business trying to be mechanical about it, when that stuff doesn't even really work unless you know what you're doing to such a level of depth that you can be a mad scientist, and then you got to have like thick glasses, sit on a computer all day, never move except for moving your fingers to type, right? Really, that's not a good way to build a business. And so I reframed what he's doing to be focused on deep relationships, because just like the blowing of the wind that you're hearing in the background, all these strategies are just wind that just blows by and disappears again. And if you want to base your life off of that, you're going to have a tough time, right? So the future of business with people, and I hope you'll be doing business with people for all your future. The future of business with people is in the depth and connection and the breadth of those relationships, right? So the question is who are your relationships with? How deep are they, right? And why are the people really doing business with you? And if you're thinking they do business with you because of the product that you're selling, or because of the photo that you've got on your Facebook wall, or because of how good you are at split testing, that's not true. Even something like split testing, it's a valuable skill, but do you really think that people can split test as well as self-learning AI machines? Well, the dog is barking and he's saying no. That's actually what he's saying in dog language, as I like to say. The dogs communicate with me in dog language. as you watch this episode, you'll wonder if I'm serious, right? The reality is that that stuff is a mechanical process task that is going to be replaced and done better by AI deep learning machines. And so it's something that you need to learn how to do, and you need to learn how to have the best system for, and you need to have a relationship with whoever has that best system, but you actually focusing your entire mind and life on it is not a good use of your time. You want to focus on deep connections with people, right? So right now I'm going to give you 5 keys to creating deep connections with people that will last all through your future, that you'll be able to not just sell to an audience of people you have relationships, but you'll be able to engage an army of people to sell with you, and people want to buy from people they trust, no matter what the technology is, no matter how the automation is working, no matter how intelligent it is, right? People want to buy from people they trust, okay? So here are the 5 keys. Number 1 key to relationships is to focus on giving value. Now here's the thing about giving value is there's an old principle that actually, I think that Stephen Covey in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he phrased this the best, and he says, in that book, there's a chapter called, and one of the principles in that book that says, seek first to understand and then to be understood, all right? You can't really give value without understanding what your market wants. And so part of giving value is doing market research, but part is actually just connecting and listening to the customers, right? If you have customers and you don't listen to them, they're going to get mad and they're going to go somewhere else, because part of deep relationships, part of connection is listening. And I always teach people a personal sales-based model, because not only does it work better, but it expands way faster. Not only does it expand faster, it's easier to scale, and it's 100% predictable no matter what happens with Google or Facebook or whatever, right? At one point, actually, I got blocked from Facebook for 2 years for some nonsense. It was nothing that we actually did. And then it was an actual relationship. It was a phone call with somebody at Facebook and a connection that actually got us unbanned from Facebook. And the reason is because people work, even Facebook, even giant corporations, they work with people they know, they like, and they trust, just like you do. So how do you actually focus on giving value? You listen to what people want and you give it to them, right? So you want to listen to what people want and you want to give it to them. And if you don't listen to what they want, how could you give it to them, right? It's like you're going to give them something and you're like, oh, this is what they want. But if you've never listened to them, how do you know that? You probably don't know that, right? So the secret to giving value is actually seeking first to understand by listening, and then seeking to be understood. Now, principle number 2 is this. Your relationships are everything. Protect them, okay? You don't want to just go hawk anything that you can hawk, which means badly sell anything you can badly sell on your Facebook network to your friends, to the people that you trust, right? One of the most disastrous strategies in network marketing that is taught is to make a list of the 100 people that you know and to just call them and hawk them something, right? Not only does it not work that well, but if you build your strategy around doing that, it actually burns through so many markets that even if it works, it burns out, then you have to do it again, and then people have less and less and less relationships because they've burned them, right? You got to approach your relationships and approach the people that you value in a way that's improving their lives no matter what happens. And if you do that, not only will you be able to sell and sell and sell, the people who are buying for you, they're going to want to buy from you. They're going to trust you with business because you're not just selling them something that's random, right? I mean, there's an old strategy that goes around the internet, and it's like the launch destruction cycle. Launches fundamentally, they're not a bad thing, right? But what happens is that there was this thing I called them the super friends, right? And it's not a bad thing. I like all these guys. They're good guys, but they'd basically schedule launches out and then do one launch after another launch after another launch after another launch. And the people, truthfully, would never, ever have time to go through all those products, right? They would buy a product, learn a strategy, then they'd get sold another one. Well, for some reason, that stopped working so well. Why did it stop working as well? Because people don't like being burned, right? And so they weren't really treating the audience well, so all the people that are still around from that group, and there's a bunch of them, and they're great guys, right? They have actual businesses where they're giving real value to their clients, right? So every day you want to actually give value to your relationships, right? You want to give value to your clients, and if you do that, you're going to win, they're going to win, and you want to focus on helping your customers win. If you help them win, they're going to win more, you're going to win more, and they're going to keep buying from you, and they're going to keep referring people to you, and they're going to keep selling with you, right? So that brings us to point number 3, which is every day, and I mean every day, improve your relationships. Not just in business. Improve your relationship with your family, with your kids, with your wife, with your spouse, right? With your husband, right? Improve relationships with your family. Let go of stuff from the past, right? Let it go, right? All of us have a hard time with this. I mean, I've held on to stuff for years at times. I've gotten madder and madder at things at times. And I've just found I feel better if I just let it go, right? There's this old saying from, I think Buddha said this. My brother told me, he'll probably do an episode correcting the quote. But he said that holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal waiting for your enemy to get burned, right? That's what you're doing. You're just like, I just can't wait to get burned, and you're just like holding on to this hot coal that's eating through the flesh in your hands, right? It's not the smartest thing to do. Well, neither is holding on to anger, resentment, holding on to the past, holding on to things the way that they were. It's not helping you, right? And so to improve your relationships, you got to let go of the past. So every day, I want you to improve your relationships. Watch this here for a second. I'm going to do a little exercise with you, and I'm going to show you how to open up space in your heart for new relationships. You can actually do this with me, okay? And this is the future of selling. I'm telling you it is. It's connection. Connection. If I can connect with you in these videos, I'm going to help you improve your life. If I can't connect with you, these videos are not a good use of time, right? But these videos, they do connect with you, don't they? And that's why you're watching it, right? So watch this. I'm going to show you something. This is a principle this is the way that I describe it. I've never heard it described like this, but I've had really interesting things happen in my life, is that I think of your heart like a space in your soul, right? And when that space is holding on to something in there, no matter what it is, there's something else that could be there that can't fit in that space. So if half your heart is filled up with resentment, with anger, how could you put something positive there when that space is being taken up with negative, right? Like, have you ever been in a relationship where you got in the relationship because you were mad at another relationship that you were in? I've done that. It was a disaster, right? And what happened is I put something that turned into a negative in that space with my negative energy. I mean, how could I even be upset at what happened, right? And so clear that out and things start to change, right? So here's what I want you to do something with me here. Watch this. I learned this a long time ago. I had a very weird experience from it. But what we're going to do is I want you to think about the people you're connected to in your life, and I want you to allow your mind, your unconscious mind, to bring up somebody that you're mad at, right? That you have anger towards. It could be a man, could be a woman, it doesn't matter, right? But think of somebody that you're angry with and ask your unconscious mind right now, ask the question. I want you to ask this specifically, right? Who am I holding on to? Who do I have anger at that is preventing me from prospering in my other relationships? Who am I holding on to anger for, right? What person? There might be a lot of them, right? You're like 800, right? But like, who is it, right? And I just want you to allow that to come up, right? Just wait a second. In the comments, you can tell me what happens from this, but just wait a second and allow somebody to come into your mind. Who are you holding on to in a negative way that's preventing somebody else from entering that space? Could be a relationship, could be business partners, could be a company that went out of business, it could be a boss that fired you, right? Who is it? Could be a father, mother. Got it. You got it, don't you? All right. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to just, for a second, I'll stand in the gap for that person. I want you to look in my eyes, okay? Like you're looking into the eyes of that person. And then I'm going to say something. I want you to repeat what I say. But I want you to mean it. Just do it. Just do it as an experiment. With all your energy, do it. Okay, you ready for it? Let's do it. So look in my eyes. I'm that person right now. I want you to say, I forgive you. Say it. I forgive you. I release you. I bless you. I let this go. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I take this negative energy, I just release it all. You're free. I'm free. I let it all go. All of it. And I open up this space in my heart for something new, something better, something more powerful. I forgive you. Bam! Done, right? Tell me about the big breakthrough that you had in the comments, right? Okay, so every day improve your relationships. Let go of the past, open your heart up, and give value. You can't give value when you're holding on to the past, right? I've tried, doesn't work very well, right? Let go, give value, right? Now here's the fourth principle. That's to be the man that's unbreakable. Be the woman that's unbreakable, that's unmovable, that's set on your path, that knows where you're going, right? Not that's unbreakable in the sense where you've got a closed heart, not that's unbreakable in the sense that you can't listen, but be unbreakable in the sense that you're gonna stick through with people, right? Who do people want to work with? They want to work with people that stick by their side, right? Stick by people, even if they don't stick with you. Let go of them if they don't stick with you. Stick with people. In other words, you get a customer, deliver and deliver and deliver, and when you can't deliver, do your best and then apologize, right? Deliver and show up and do the same things. Be the man who's unbreakable. Be the woman that's unbreakable. People are with me, they've been with me for 8 years now, right? Some of them longer, actually. Here's the thing, if you're unbreakable, if you're unmovable in your path, no matter what happens, the winds of life, they come, they howl. And then they slam against you and you just stay there and say, I am unbreakable. People will stick with you like you stick with them. They will do it. Not everybody. But it doesn't matter if they all do it. Right? It doesn't matter if they all do it. They'll do it because they love you, because you love them. Right? And if you do these things, you are going to become prosperous in your relationships. Now, here's the fifth thing that you want to do. You want to claim your copy of the Daily Shortcut. Claim your copy right now, because I'm going to help you with this, and I want you to listen to this again and again. And walk through that exercise with like 5 people. Listen again and again, and just walk through it and imagine them. I stand in the gap. Let it go. Open up the space. Forgive them, right? Right now, scroll down where it says, give me the Daily Shortcut. Put your email in there, your best email, and click the button that says, give me the Daily Shortcut. And my friend, I want to help you become the man, the woman that's unbreakable, that's prospering in your relationships, in your life, with your health, in your mind. Right now, scroll down, enter your best email, and I'm going to give you a free audio of today. I'm going to give you a free PDF transcript of today, a little workbook you can have. And this, my friend, is the future. It's actually the connection. It's actually the human being with the heart, with the soul, right? Who's open, who gives value, who listens, who seeks first to understand and then to be understood. And right now we're going to help you do that every single day. When you scroll down, put your email in and say, give me the Daily Shortcut. And then I want you to claim those bonuses. And there's a third bonus where we'll actually see how we can help you and see what we can do for you. Right now, go do that. Put your email in, click the button that says, give me the Daily Shortcut. And then after you've done that, leave me a detailed thought in the comment about your experience, your breakthrough that you had just now when you decided to let go. My friend, you are the future.